transfers, this, that and the other, without realizing that there is the climate change coming, and till by 30 the scenario is going to be different. If there had been time, I would have shown that if we had used only the 100-year climatic or meteorological data, the whole situation would need reliable water, what's called a rainfall that is adequate, and so on and so forth. But we have done a calculation recently in the last 3 years for taking a moving average from 88 to 2010 and found that the changes in those 10 years are so dramatic that taking a 100-year rainfall for deciding which dams should be located would be disastrous, because the average annual rain in the last 10 years trend line has fallen by 25 to 30%. Now, therefore, taking all this into consideration, our brainstorming should also think about or look at some of these issues which we had traditionally not been thinking about, either at the CWC or in other conventions. And my final statement would be to thank you for allowing me to speak, even though I'm not an irrigation engineer. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. I'll just give a small one clarification that so far I am aware, the practice is not to see that no drop of water goes to the sea. Everything is not to be utilized, because now it has become almost mandatory to release some water for environmental and other purposes. Even in the Krishna, 16 TMC of water has been allowed, and for this 16 TMC, each state has been allocated a specific amount of water that they will be getting this much of water, and they have to live in the river. So that has been accounted for in their share. And even in all other rivers, in all other projects, now it is mandatory, and there are bodies, I think some our experts will be telling us. I am not updated on this matter, but there is a working committee report on that, and then I think CWC or Ministry of Water Resources is working on that. What should be the minimum criteria that must be left in the river? Every drop of water is not to be utilized. Something has to be left to the river. River owes that water, so it must be left to that. Anyway, I will make a small Mr. Just have something. Chief Engineer CWC. Then I think I will come to the audience very soon.
I have a small intervention. In fact, Ranjivit Saab should have been there in the next session also, because he talked more about the benefit cost and the other aspects also. Probably this session, which is dependable flow, and probably the dependable flow is a technical area, is a more technical in nature, and probably we need to address it in that light. So my submission is that the House may address this issue, whatever he has pointed out, and we are very happy about listening. I think a lot of clapping was there, so I appreciate that the House is very happy, but probably focus needs to be on the technical aspect, because we have got the assessment of water, and one is utilizable water. Now this part, if we have 75% dependability, is exactly we are talking about how much we are going to take out of the system and put in the irrigation system. So let us consider on this, and probably we will be happy to hear you in the next session, which is going to be a lot of input from your side. Thank you.
I have noted down the points he has made, and then we will be incorporating that suitably. So now I quickly come to the audience. Sir, I am sorry we took a lot of time. I will first request Dr. C.D. Thatte afterwards. Then sir, I will request Sri A.D. Mohile to give his views on this matter. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I will give my views. It will take a little time, little more time than what I discussed from the forum.
How much time you need, sir? We have a total frame of...
I will require about 8 minutes.
8 minutes? Sure. 8 minutes is not a problem for
us. Okay. Let us see. I am not going to immediately talk about the percentage, 65, 60. That will come at the end, and that is flexible. But let us see what is